get started on Word Module 3.2, the textbook project. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the file that I had originally started with, which is the computer classes one. So I'm just going to go to my files and look in my document formatting folder. Word Module 3 and computer classes. So just open up the file where you left off. All right, I will zoom in some here. Okay. All right. I'm going to scroll down until I see the name Eli Blake in my document. And I'm going to just put my insertion point after the E in Blake. And I'm going to press my Tab key on my keyboard. Tab. And then I'm going to type database concepts. I'm going to press enter. And I'm going to type Alejandro space capital J period space Iglesias, Iglesias, and then press tab and type word processing and spreadsheets. Press enter and then type the name Victoria space Dikembe, Dikembe space Habiba, capital Habiba. Press tab and then type networking and computer maintenance. Okay, then we'll make sure our home tab is selected. And we also want to make sure that our ruler is selected. So if not, click View, click Ruler. And then we are going to click on the 2.5 inch mark on our ruler. So I'm going to click on that 2.5 inch mark. And that will set a left tab mark right on the ruler. All right. Okay, so I'm going to actually, before I set the tab mark, I'm just going to click undo. I'm going to select my list here of the names, and then I'm going to set my tab mark. And then you'll notice that because I'd already pressed my tab key for each of these, the tab now moves over to the 2.5 inch mark. Then I'm going to select the first two paragraphs, so the Eli Blake and the Alejandro, and I'm going to select those two. So I'm just going to click over in the left margin, drag down to select those two names. And in the paragraph group, I'm going to come and click line and paragraph spacing and click remove space after paragraph. So we'll just take out the white space in between. All right, next I'm going to scroll up so I can see my summary heading. And we'll just keep an eye on what this change will be when I do the automatic hyphenation. So I'm going to come up and click on my layout tab. And in my page setup group over here on the left, I'm going to click hyphenation and automatic. So this will, in this particular paragraph, put in 2 hyphens. So this just helps with the text being more on the like fuller paragraph. All right. Now we're going to press Control N to go to the end of our document. So after our table, and in our page setup group, so still in our layout tab, our page setup group, we're going to click breaks, click on the arrow for breaks, and we're going to click under section breaks, we're going to click next page. So this will not only put in a new page, it will create a new section in our document. So if I look at on my status bar at the bottom, I'm just going to right click on that status bar, and I am going to click section so that my section is now showing on my status bar. So on the far left of my status bar, now I can see it says section 2. If I were to scroll up above my table, that is section 1. So sections are important for making different page numbers, different headers and footers, and just applying some different features to different sections without applying it all to the entire document. All right. You can tell also when it's a section break as opposed to just a regular page break, it will have this formatting section break next page. And this will not show up, like it won't print. If I were to turn off my paragraph show hide, you don't see that section break in there. So the only way you see it is if you turn on your formatting paragraph. All right. Now let's go on. We are just going to click just on that page 4, that new page we created. I'm going to click on my View tab, and I'm going to click Multiple Pages so I can see all my pages. And I'm going to click my Layout tab, and then in the Page Setup group, I'm going to click Orientation and then Landscape. So this will change the orientation of this page only because it's in a different section. It's in section 2. It will change that page to landscape orientation, but the rest of my pages will still be portrait. All right, so I'm going to zoom in to that page. And I'm going to click on my Insert tab. And in the Illustrations group, I'm going to click Smart Art. On the left side, I'm going to click Relationship. So there's all these different Smart Art graphics. There's quite a few to choose from. This is like a category, so relationship. And then I'm going to click Converging Radial. So just scroll down a bit. And it's this one here, Converging Radial, and click OK. So this inserts a Smart Art. Next, I am going to, you can click on, in your Create Graphic group on your left of your ribbon, click on Text Pane. This opens up the text pane, and you're going to type computer literacy. So capital C for computer and capital L for literacy. And then just use your arrow key on your keyboard to hit the down arrow. And then you're going to type knowledge, and the K in knowledge is capitalized. Press your down arrow key again, and then type practical skills. Then you can close your text pane, and then you're going to click on the blank square in your Smart Art graphic, and you're going to just press your delete key. So you just have knowledge, practical skills pointing to literacy, computer literacy. And then just click anywhere in the Smart Art graphic, but not on one of the shapes. And then we're going to zoom out some so we can see more of our page. And then we're going to click on our Format tab. So right beside Smart Art Design, we're going to click Format. And then on the right side of our ribbon, we're going to click Size. We're going to click in the height box and we're going to type 6.5. This should be inches, so 6.5. Then click in the width and we're going to type 9 and enter. So this makes our Smart Art graphic. If I zoom out some, it's pretty much taking over that entire page. So then you can just click outside of it to deselect it. All right, now I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to scroll up so that I can see the bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2. So this is page 1, so here's the bottom and here's the top of page 2. I'm going to double click in the white space at the bottom of page 1. So if I double click in that white space, it opens up my header and footer tab. And I am going to click in the header and footer group. I'm going to click footer. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find retrospect. So I'm going to click retrospect. So this enters the retrospect footer. And you'll see that there's a placeholder, your name, and then the page number is on the right. Okay. We are going to click, when I click in your name, you'll see the author content control. So we're going to click the author content control, the grade, and then you'll notice it gets shaded, the your name, and we're going to type our name. So when we type, even if we were to type lowercase, it will automatically switch it to uppercase. All right, and then you can just click in the space below where you typed your name. And then in the navigation group, so up here on the ribbon, we're going to click Next. So this takes us to the next footer in the next section. And for this one, I'm going to click Link to Previous to deselect it. So Link to Previous, you'll see the little screen tip, link to the previous section to continue using the same header or footer. Turn this feature off to create a different header or footer for the current section. So we're going to click that to deselect it so we can change our footer. Okay, then we're going to click Previous. This takes us to the previous footer. And then we are going to come over to our header and footer group and we're going to click Header. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to click Retrospect. So this time we're putting in a header in that previous section. We're going to click our document title, the placeholder text, and we're going to type computer literacy course progress report. And then you can come over to the right where the date placeholder is and click the little arrow and then click today. So that will always update with today's date. So whenever you open it, whatever date it is, it will automatically update. And then we can just click in the paragraph below to deselect our header. And then we can close our header and footer. And then let's see what this looks like. So click View and Multiple Pages, and we can see our header and footer. So now I just noticed that that has, I'm going to fix my header and footer because my header should not be on the last page. So I may have, I'm just going to click in my header, and I'm going to go next, and I'm just going to click link to previous to shut it off, and I'm just going to click header, remove header, and then close header and footer. So now I click View, Multiple Pages. So now I can see that the header is on pages 1 to 3, but not on page 4. So it was that link to previous that was still active. Okay, next I am going to click Insert. I want to insert a cover page. So in my Pages group on the far left, I'm going to click Cover Page, and I'm going to scroll down to find Retrospect and click that one. So this puts in a cover page for me, and I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm going to click in the text where it has the title, Computer Literacy Course Progress Report, and I'm going to select this text, and then I'm going to right click and click Paragraph. This opens up my paragraph window, and under Formatting Exceptions, I'm going to click Don't Hyphenate. So because it's a title for a cover page, I don't want to hyphenate any words. I want them to be very clear and concise and not hyphenated. All right, then I'm going to click my document subtitle, and I'm going to type Totara Neighborhood Centers, and you'll notice that that automatically gets in all caps. And then scroll down to your name, and below your name you're going to right click company name, and then you are going to click remove content control to delete that content control, and then just hit your delete key 3 times to delete those extra spaces before company address, but we are going to leave company address. All right, next we're going to work with themes. So let's view multiple pages. Then we're going to click our Design tab. And then in our document formatting group on the far left, we're going to click Themes. So if I hover over Themes, it says Current Office Theme. We're going to click the little arrow for Themes, and we're going to choose the Facet theme. So when I change the theme, notice that sometimes the font color gets changed. The font itself, the colors, and so on can update. Then, so if I do click on font, or if I hover over colors, the current theme color is Facet. Our font, you'll see that the heading is Trebetchet MS and the body is Trebetchet. And if we wanted to change them further, we could. All right. Next, to display our document in read mode. So if we have a lengthy document and instead of having to scroll, we can click on the read mode at the bottom of our window on the status bar, this little icon read mode. And this opens up our document in a different view. And then I can read it easier. And then I can just click on my little arrow keys on the right to move it from one page to another. To get back to the print layout, like our regular view, you can just click on that print layout view. This also has the capability of reading our document. So if I click View, in the Immersive group, I can click Immersive Reader. And I can even change my page color. If I change it to Immerse, which inverse, it changes it to black and behind. And then I could click Read Aloud and it would read the text to me. All right, so that wraps up our textbook project 3.2.